Executive Summary. Catherine, an expert cook, has made a business for herself by selling desserts for special occasions. She then sells her products to restaurants and specialty grocery stores, which gives her more sales and is more stable than catering to special occasions. As sales increased, she could no longer work from her home kitchen, and so she leased a closed restaurant to work on her business. The leased area had a large space that Catherine would not use, so she decided to make it into a walk-in business, where she could generate extra revenue from selling to walk-in customers. Catherine then hired 2 employees to help her run the walk-in business. But because the walk-in business was still small, she could only pay for minimum wage. As her employees keep on leaving due to minimum wage, she discovers that she does not have enough time to keep on teaching the newly hired employees for the walk-in business and catering to the make-to-order customers. Point of view. The point of view that can be observed is based on a viewpoint of a business owner. The case tackles the many obstacles that Catherine, as a business owner, had to face. The point of view of a business owner can help solve the troubles that Catherine is facing. Once she has gathered more information that can help her in making a decision as a business owner, she will then be able to move past her problems. In this case, Catherine needs to make a decision so that her business will move forward. As a business owner, she needs to make this decision to change the current situation of her business, where she earns little revenue and has a hard time managing her time between 2 customers.
So, about the problem, Catherine's Confectionaries is facing a lot of problems. It was discovered that Catherine has little experience in running a firm or a business. She does whatever people expect her to do, regardless of the risks she faces or her financial stability. One of her issues is that she can only pay a minimum wage to her employees, resulting in high staff turnover. So basically, her main problems are hiring 3 employees. She thought that this would help her in business operations, but it turns out these 3 people were unsuccessful. And also there was the lease space that she made a deal with. It was very expensive than she anticipated. And also she developed a walk-in business, though it may utilize the large space, but this also increased her cost. And the large space, she had no real use of it whatsoever.
So here are the areas of consideration for this case. Firstly is the strength. Customers tend to like her products, causing customer satisfaction and increase in sales. This is because she is knowledgeable on her cooking skills, being an expert cook. So this would leave the business having high sales from the customers. Nextly is the weaknesses. Less knowledge and experience of operating a business. So this would lead Catherine a bit of inconsistent with her business operation. Having so, Catherine is a bit reckless in her actions without thinking about the consequences. So all of this would leave her to lose her passion of her business. So nextly is opportunities. Customers who might be interested. So with her having knowledge and expertise in the kitchen, customers might be interested in trying her product. If Catherine is financially secure, she could consider starting her own business. So if her current business is successful, then it would be a good turning point in her career if her current difficulty was resolved and she was financially stable enough to afford the lease space. And lastly, the threats. Her business is on the verge of going bankrupt and going out of business. If Catherine continues to make inconsistent decisions, her business would go bankrupt. And then lastly, in the market, there are new competitors. If she doesn't rethink her current strategy, then her business is not competitive enough to compete with her competitors.
So, the alternative number one is to conduct a research study in order for Catherine to acquire financial facts and before she start her business. So the advantages are because of the information provided from the research result, Catherine may quickly discover the best way to her business. Number two, she will be able to get financial understanding, okay, because she lacks a little bit of that, and makes realistic selling targets and prioritize easier to achieve. The disadvantage are conducting research to gather information for Catherine's business operation may be time consuming. Okay? Number two, Catherine's financial statement may not be entirely accurate as a result of her results. Number three, it can be expensive to conduct a feasibility study or a research. That's all.
Alternative 2, Catherine shall consider hiring a full-time employees because a higher wage will attract more qualified employees, reducing the need of constant managing and reducing turnover, which will reduce training time. The advantage, choosing excellent staff options for small business because of potential for flexibility and low cost. And full-time employees foster company loyalty. The disadvantage, full-time workers will be stressed and exhausted by their jobs. Workers are often loyal and uncommitted for their jobs.
The alternative three in this case is Catherine should be admit about returning to her first employment as an experienced cook, which will allow her to concentrate on specialized operation for her career. And there are the advantages, and these are first, Catherine will be consistent in her work and will be able to pursue a career as an accomplished cook. Secondly, she will have a stable plan for her future business if she has a plan to develop her own business. And finally, her financial situation is less likely to deteriorate. And there are also disadvantages in this alternative. And these are first, Catherine would be able to put her culinary experience to the test. And secondly, Catherine will not be able to meet her financial obligations unless she established her business. After all the alternatives that has been discussed by the group, the recommend alternative that we proceed in this case is the alternative 3, which is Catherine should be adamant about returning her initial job as an experienced cook, which will allow her to focus on specialized operation for the rest of her career. Because most of the time, it is hard to run a business without a comprehensive understanding of how it works. Building a business requires time and work, and it is prohibitively expensive for anyone without financial stability and a basic understanding of how to do it. So it is important for Catherine to understand the knowledge and the business work, because we cannot do business work with no financial stability and knowledge of what has to do to build a business. In conclusion, since it requires a while to build a business, some people may find it difficult to start one immediately. There may be some difficulties obtaining finance if the credit market is tight. This is why we advise Catherine to admit about returning her initial job as an experienced cook, which will allow her to focus on her career's specialized operation. It is profitable to settle Catherine's original employment to fix the dilemma in this case analysis, since it is beneficial for Catherine to focus on what she is currently doing. It is Catherine's best interest and her career's best interest for her to be stable and profitable in the same way. Unless if she is financially secured with her finances, then she will pursue her passion to own her business. So that is all for the case analysis, and thank you, and God bless us all.